Hi seniors, this is Mrs. Crest. I just want to go through your thesis statement for your presentation really quick, just to give you some of this information. This document is on Schoology. It's been there for a little while. It's under notes, so you can look this up there. I would read through this if you have any questions about your thesis statement. They have really good suggestions on here. I took it from this website here, so you can go back to that website if you want more information as well. Some things to keep in mind. Your presentation thesis is just stating what your speech is going to be about or what your presentation is going to be about. It's a little less complicated than your paper thesis. So here's some examples up here. This is only like half a thesis up here, but to describe the educational programs of the Chippewa Indian High School, right? That's an informative speech. Most of us are going to have an argumentative speech, so it might be something like to show that the government should investigate airline policies toward families of plane accident victims. So that's like a part of it. That's the goal, right? Some things to keep in mind here. You want to make sure that you have a concise, complete sentence, just like in your paper when you are writing your thesis statement, that you are making a specific point. And I think number 3 is really important, that you are making an original point that few others have made. So you want to think about how you're going to really aim your point so that it is unique to you. Here are some ways that you might start your thesis statement. You might start with something like, I will describe, or I will show you how to, I will tell you, I want you to discover. Some other things you might think about that goal that you wrote on the goal sheet. What did you want your audience to get from your presentation? So you might say something like, I want you to explore this topic, whatever it is. I want to make you think more about this topic, whatever it might be. But everybody should have a different opening in some way. The judges don't want to hear the same opening over and over again. So with that in mind, you want to avoid, you don't want to say the exact same thing as one of these 4 probably. You want to vary it and make it your own. So think through those openings. It's okay to use I in your presentation. That's totally different than your paper. So you do want to be direct. You want to say, I will tell you about, I will describe, whatever it is that you are going to do. Okay. And then from there, you're going to make it specific. So you might say something, they give the example of how college sports affect student players' grades. You might say something like, I will address the topic of, probably not the topic of, I will address college sports and athletes' grades through this speech or something like that, or through this presentation. Something that's very specific. You want a newsworthy point in your thesis, meaning it's something that is unique, something that is fresh. It has not been overdone, so you want to think through that as well. And then this kind of breaks down what's an informative, persuasive, and argumentative speech. Most of us are going to fit into this argument speech because that's what our paper was based on. But I think it's still good to look at the examples from the other speeches as well, just so you get a feel for how to start it. So they have things like, I will define existentialism, or the persuasive ones are, I will argue that affirmative action isn't warranted, right? That puts in the position piece, which is really important. I believe that eating meat is not good for you and your friendly family farm animal. I think that all of these are really good examples of how to think through your thesis statement. It really shouldn't be that complicated to write your thesis statement because you are building on your paper's thesis statement. It's your presentation now. What do you want them to get from your presentation? What is the main topic that you're talking about? How will you guide them through that? What do you want them? What is your goal for them? And then frame those 2 things together, and that's how you come up with your thesis statement. I will be there on Friday to assist. As long as everything goes okay tomorrow, I should be there on Friday to assist with your thesis statement. But go ahead and send me emails if you have questions. Uh, you should be finishing up your notes. After your notes, then you might want to tackle this thesis statement business before you get into the body, because as some people said, the thesis statement is a good place to start before you get into the body of your presentation. In the body, you're just answering those questions. But feel free to send me a message. Please send me emails if you have questions. And I will see you on Friday. All right, bye.